Happy spring, wrestling fans. It's Friday. You know what that means. So let's get the show underway. Before UFC, Pride, and all the other MMA promotions popped up, Japan sort of had the jump on everyone. Today we talk about UWFI. Welcome to Wrestling Through the Ages. Starting off as UWF from 1984 to 1988, and then being rebranded as Newborn UWF from 1988 to 1990. The promotion was led by Nobuhiko Takada, Kazu Yamazaki, Yoji Anjo, and Yuko Miyato. The UWFI was a shoot-style pro wrestling promotion, excelling in combat-based fighting, which included grappling, submissions, kickboxing, and shoot-style takedowns. Founded May 10 of 1991, the roster featured many pro fighters, shooters, medal and trophy champions, as well as submission experts. Here is a quick list of some of the Gaijin combatants: Norman Smiley, Matthew Saad Muhammad, Pez Watley, Tommy Cairo, Dennis Kozlowski, Bad News, The Iron Sheik, Vladimir Berkovich, Salman Hashimokov, Viktor Zangief, Mark Fleming, Dan Severn, and Gary Albright, and also my personal favorite, Vader. The Japanese natives were nothing to scoff at either, with the likes of Kazuo Yamazaki, Naoki Sano, Yoshihiro Takayama, Koji Katao, Masahito Kakihara, and Kenichi Yamamoto, just to name a few. These matches were brutal to watch at times. Were they predetermined? Yes. And the talent were told to go out there and make it look as legitimate as possible, as to fool us, the audience, into believing this was real. And as you would have guessed, oftentimes, talent would go against the script or thought they were legit tougher than the other opponent, turning this predetermined bout into a legitimate fight. Rules were as follows. The fighters started off with 15 points. Loss of points would occur by the following: being knocked down, knocked out, being at a disadvantage during a hold, grabbing the ring ropes to get out of a submission, kind of like a rope break. There were tag and six-man tag matches, but points were generally thrown out the window at that point. The championship used by UWFI was trainer and wrestler Lou Thesz's 1950s NWA Heavyweight Championship belt. Anyway, Takada was, for the lack of a better word, selfish as and refused to lose to Rickson Gracie upon a agreed match in Japan. Takada went public, and the legitimacy of UWFI was then brought forward into the mainstream for the first time, with Takada announcing himself as the greatest fighter in the world. To add fuel to the fire, Yoji Anjo was sent to Gracie's dojo in LA with over a dozen Japanese reporters and challenged Gracie to a dojo fight, to which Rickson beat the piss out of Yoji in under a minute, with pictures going public of a bloody beaten Yoji. Takada, now having cold feet, refused to answer Rickson Gracie's challenge. UWFI never followed up on the challenge, and the fans now knew that UWFI was not as legitimate as Takada claimed it was. UWFI struggled to get more top stars, and with both Vader and Albright leaving for greener pastures, that was the final chokehold on the company. UWFI would have its final shows as co-promotion wars, facing off against New Japan Pro Wrestling Talent and War Talent during its final days, with 2 out of 3 of the matches being losses, further proving that UWFI was all a work. The promotion folded on December 27 of 1996. The remaining talent joined a newer, more realistic shoot-style promotion named Kingdom, while most of the remaining Gaijins would join NJPW, AJPW, or simply return stateside. Takada and Rickson Gracie would meet at Pride's very first show, and as you would have guessed, Takada lost. Hey everyone, I'll be taking a little break from this channel. I am burnt out, but I will return come wintertime, and may even release a video around summertime. Thanks for sharing, subscribing, and for your ongoing support and feedback. and I'll see you again in the future for another episode of Wrestling Through the Ages.